Alright, it's Thunder Force 4, the one that a lot of you have probably been waiting for. The fourth one of the Thunder Force games, which was called Lightning Force in America. I don't know why. Thunder Force 2 and 3 were probably the most popular shooters on the Sega Genesis and were successful games, but for some reason they decided they needed to mix it up. So it'd be pretty logical though, Thunder Force, Lightning Force, whatever, Thunder and Lightning, right? Except for there's no E in the word lightning. There's an E in the word lightening, but not lightning. Lightening means to make something more light, to make it less heavy. My guess is that they asked Technosoft to update the intro, and Technosoft are like, fucking why? That's probably what they were thinking, but then they did it, and they misspelled shit, which shouldn't be a surprise since they can't even be consistent about the spelling of their own name. Sometimes it's techno, like Techno, like you would expect, and sometimes it's Tcno with no H, and sometimes there's a space, and sometimes there's not. English spelling doesn't mean a lot to this developer, I don't think. So I'm guessing that they made this fancy intro and title screen, and then somebody at Sega was like, "Oh fuck, that's not what we meant. You know what? Fine, just fine. We'll just keep it." I didn't even realize this came out in '92, or I would have played it. I thought that this was a very mid '90s game. It was like super late in the Genesis life, but no, I'm now learning that it's not. I don't have a big history with this game. I haven't played it very much. Never saw it back in the day. Never rented it. Don't think I've ever seen a physical copy of it anywhere, to be honest. First played it on emulators. Didn't work. I think I may have tried it on Genesis, but I don't think it worked there. So I tried it again later on Fusion or something, and I played it and I thought it was a cool game. Just really, really hard. Which is why we're gonna cheat a little bit and put it on easy this time. Oops. There is an option screen. This is probably something I should have done for Thunder Force 3 as well, which was obviously too difficult. Also, it defaults to 50% this time instead of 75. You're going to want to turn that up to 75 anyway, though, probably. I could give myself an extra life, but I don't think I'm going to bother to do that. I'm just playing for score. When I was practicing, I was able to make it through to a third level, so that's pretty typical, really. But on normal, I couldn't fucking beat the first level. I mean, it would take a lot of practice before I could do it. Also, I'm glad I practiced this one because I learned something really important that's changed things around here just a little bit. This isn't my normal Genesis emulator. This is Genesis Plus GX. I normally use Megadrive because I thought it had the highest compatibility and was the most authentic. And that may even be true, but not with this game. It doesn't run this game right. It freezes up on this level's boss, possibly in other places too, but that's the first spot I noticed it. And it did it about half the times, or maybe more than half the times I was trying to do it. And even when I beat the boss, sometimes it would just freeze up on a black screen. So I decided to go back to trying Genesis Plus GX. I had dropped this emulator a long time ago. It was the one I originally used because it has really good sound, in case you didn't notice. But I had dropped it for Megadrive because Megadrive had certain advantages too. I think I had discovered a compatibility problem in Genesis Plus GX, I believe, which was something really specific here. Dungeon Explorer 2 on Sega CD was fucked up, I think, somehow. Oh shit, this guy's already down here. I hate these. A lot of people like how wide and vertical the levels are in this game, but I think it causes more problems, and it's just I don't know if I think it's all that cool. But it's whatever. But yeah, so yeah, I dropped it and I'd switched to Megadrive and never really had any issues with it. The other problem I'd had with Genesis Plus GX is sometimes games seem too wide on it or something. I tried out Blastem, which is supposed to be super authentic, but it sucks. It doesn't support anything except for Genesis cartridges. No Sega CD, no 32X, no 8-bit anything. So it's a very primitive emulator in terms of features by comparison. It displays everything with a full border all the time, which the real hardware does, but I don't want to fucking see it, and there's no option to crop it off. So, yeah, I ended up going back to this. Genesis Plus GX. I'll just have to use it or Pico Drive depending on the game, like they had been. I had even considered going back to Sega Fusion like I had used back in the day, but I noticed it hadn't been updated in over 10 years, so that's probably not a good choice. Nice. Yeah, Thunder Force 5 is next, and I don't know what to think about that one. I've played it plenty. I own it on my physical PS1. I haven't played it in a long time, but I don't remember being a big fan of it back in the day, and I don't even remember why. Possibly difficulty. Who knows? What are the odds of that? Oops. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Look at this big bastard. He's cool looking. There's so much good art in this game. It's really... The next level after this one is very cool looking, I think. Not that any of them are not cool looking. They're all quite cool looking. Oh, and if you want to play this without all the slowdown, it's available on Sega Saturn. Good luck with that shit, though. I need the slowdown. I consider the slowdown a bonus. There are no other differences. Maybe there's audio differences, actually. I don't know. Possibly load time, but I doubt it. Whoa! I fully expected that to blow up before it got to me. That's wild. Shocked. Shocked by that one. Fuck you! Nice. Nice, nice, nice. We get to see some of that third level I was talking about. Check this shit out. This is super cool. these targeting crosshairs come after you, and you have to avoid them. And use it to shoot you from the background, which is pretty wild. Shield here, which is really a big bonus. Again, you're going to want your movement speed up at least at 75% so you can avoid this shit. I feel like the collision detection is way better and that the game itself seems less sloppy than Thunder Force 3. Despite the slowdown, it still feels like a more polished game. Thunder Force 3 kind of irritated me with some stuff where I was like, that really hit me? What? You know, like, it's just frustrating. I'm glad I did this series. I had a blast playing 2. You know, I'd probably rate that game a 7 out of 10, just like 3. But, and a lot of people, it might feel more like a 6 out of 10 kind of game too. But I'm telling you, stick with it. It's actually designed pretty well, and they give you enough lives and stuff to get it all done. It's pretty generous with extra lives. You kind of gotta force your way through it that way. But very cool game. Great music too. Really, even if the visuals aren't up to standards with these modern ones at all, the music totally, and sound effects are great. It's really, really good audio design, as is always the case with Technosoft. It's like what they fucking knock out of the park every time. So, I think that was an extra man that I missed. Not great. Not a great thing. What? This takes a lot of hits, and I know a lot of those are missing, but still. First time I've seen the forced level, though. Maybe I can handle normal. Maybe I need to pull it up at some point. I don't know. I don't know if this thing can be destroyed, and it might just exist only to pull shots, which is frustrating. Oh fuck, there goes the barrier. And the sandstorm effect makes for a very busy looking screen. I got a shield though. Ah! They want to take away from me as soon as they can. Clearly. Hell yeah. Extra man. This game's not completely ungenerous with them. I felt that was a little less true in Thunder Force 3. Even that game gives you some extra mans, though. That's the one thing they are kind of cool about. We gotta make it happen a lot of times if you really want to get anywhere. Especially 2. Like, you really have to take advantage of that extra man policy so you can get through some things that are just maybe not terribly fair, where they, like, slam walls in front of you, or, like, overhead parts where you would have to fly a million miles super precise, when instead you could just smash through something. That's especially an issue on the 5th level, which I think everyone noticed. Well, this is a boss somewhere. Somehow, somewhere, we're going to eventually supposedly see a boss. Whoa, okay. Fuck you, game. That's a good first run. That's the furthest I've been. Probably thinking, wouldn't any first run be the furthest you've been? I mean, including practice, of course. Don't be a smart ass. Dazer. Yeah, I like this game better than 3 because it's better than 3. But 3 is cool. 4 is real cool, though. A lot of people's favorite shooter on the Genesis. Not mine, but this one actually would be up there somewhere, probably. It's probably an 8 out of 10 game for me. Held back a little bit by its difficulty and certain weird frustrations, I think, in level design. The verticality works against it more than in its favor sometimes. But those boss and mid-boss designs are actually fucking cool this time. A huge improvement over Thunder Force 3's generic, unidentifiable crap. This is what I would describe the bosses as. That's actually true in 2 also. You get like a tank, like weird ugly spaceship thing, It's just, it's the same shit over and over. Yeah, you can fine tune your speed as you see it doing here. How they set it to 66. You can do that by pressing and holding down on the speed button. Otherwise it jumps in 25% increments. Very cool stuff. Yeah, it's got the multi-directional shot. That's a thing in, I guess, all of these. You'll see it again in 5. It's one of the most useful weapons in 5, if I remember correctly. But, it's frustrating to use. Like this. Let's give it another go, shall we? Lightening Force. I do really only call it Thunder Force 4. I'm sure most Americans only call it Thunder Force 4. I don't even want to acknowledge that shit-ass name, but it's something they stuck on there anyway. Whew, that was not what I expected. I didn't know he had another trip. Didn't know he was going to give it another go. Thought we were done with that shit. Also, and for those of you who aren't playing for score, I think they give you like 6 credits or something, typical to the other games, and force you to start at the beginning of the level if you continue, typical to the other games. But it can help if you're trying to push your way through or practice, I guess. I don't much ever use credits in games like this. I prefer to see what I can do score-wise. This is some really well-composed Genesis music, though. Like, this is absolutely top-notch. Fuck you. Just straight up fuck you, man. Whatever. There we go. What? Sure. Rocking it. I think I did get that extra man here this time, didn't I? Hold the tape. Oh, I'm sitting at 5, which is more than I thought I had, so I don't know. Oh, no, there was one there, wasn't there? Shit. Like, I bet it can't take very much of that bomb. That bomb's actually a much more powerful weapon than a lot of this other shit. If anything that actually destroyed this, it would be this. So probably no. This level, yeah, actually this level has the same amount of verticality as most of them. It's pretty big. The only one that doesn't have a bunch of vertical scrolling is that one I was just on. It has a really tight design. Nice, okay. Yeah, I probably should be moving along to normal difficulty on this at some point. I'm doing a lot better than I expected. Ooh. This is going to take longer, but this allows me to not get in his direct line of sight, which seems really important. It also gives me the clearest hit indicator, which I like. By far the clearest hit indicator. Can I hit him with this a lot? I've been able to get above and below him a lot. This thing should really fuck him up too. Yeah, it did. Completely kicked his ass. Getting harder, for sure. Getting so much harder. Very tough stuff. You can destroy the thrusters. Awesome. Oh, I need to destroy the other thrusters. Durr. Okay. Can't shoot anymore. Not quite sure what's going down on this part. Okay. So yeah, I consider it a really serious problem the Pico Drive doesn't support this game. That's pretty fucked. They should really fix that. Like, whatever's causing that problem is probably not... It's probably, at the very least, making other stuff inaccurate. Maybe it's playable, maybe it looks fine to the user, but it's not really... Maybe it's not quite right, you know what I mean? Like, there's something wrong if this game doesn't work. And this is a popular game, like that's, and a good game. It sucks that it doesn't work on there. And this isn't like an issue with the new build or something. I googled it to see if there were other people who experienced the problem, and I found stuff from 8 years ago. Yikes. I mean, Pico Drive is very actively developed, but if you're not going to fix something 8 years later, it's not going to get fixed, probably. I mean, if there's anything I've learned from playing Call of Duty, once that bug's in there for more than a year, it's permanent. That's what you get. They might be well qualified to work for Treyarch. Fuck you. Ooh, this is hard. Oh, fuck you. I keep getting suckered by the same bullshit. Damn it. I gotta learn how to fight that guy. Barbados. How the fuck do you get 10,000 points when you get to Barbados? That's impossible, by the way. You can't do that. It's not a selectable level. You have to play through at least a minimum of 5 levels before it to get there. All of which have like 100,000 point bonuses for beating them or something. And you're telling me you got 10,240 points. Kiss my ass. I guess people who are really hardcore about this game do care about the stage order and would not necessarily just let it go default. A lot of people really want to get those barriers as soon as they can. I get that. Shit, fuck you. And water splashing on the rocks effect is great too. That was a hard spot to be in. He actually rarely does anything like that to me, where he like traps me between, hey, if you move up, I'm going to shoot you, and if you move down, I'm going to whip you with my tail. You can't move anywhere, and you can't hit me from where you're at. Like, that was truly a shit show. He positioned himself in the most. I bet he does that a lot on higher difficulties. I bet that's the exact spot where he hangs out. Oh, what? This is going to be a bad run. You can already see that. Wow. Okay. Maybe that means I need a break. That's rough. Alright, well, I'm going to step aside here for a minute. I will be back shortly. Let me go ahead and punch in my score, so I'll get that out of the way. I will roll right off that high score table as I do better. Third. That's crazy. Alright, be right back. There we go, right? Let's figure out what I'm doing. So, we're back with making less heavy force. Lowering the weight of force. Lightening the force? Is the force what's being lightened, or are we a force that makes things more light? That makes things weigh less, specifically. That's the light it's referring to. Light as opposed to heavy, not light as opposed to dark. And all because they included one extra letter they shouldn't have. Ah! Nice. Surprised I pulled that off just like that. That got me scared. This is taking forever for some fucking reason. Maybe I'm still doing something wrong there. I suspect I am. Is that you have to blow up something on the tip of the tail first, and then you blow up this thing, and it turns this thing red, and then you can attack this thing? Is that the way it works? Shit balls. Snake? Is that what they call that? Yeah, they do call it snake. Why? What's snake like about dropping bombs? They should just call it bomb. I'll probably call it bomb most of the time, because that's what I think of when I see the bombs. Fuck! I won't be seeing them anymore. Never mind. This level is just, this is really cool art and just very, very cool level design. And he's shooting for the background, the bombings and stuff, and then they have the ships themselves coming in quick at the end. I kind of appreciate the break from the extreme verticality of all the other levels. This is actually more claustrophobic. Not something you normally see in a Thunder Force game, I don't think. Feels very, very much like something Konami would do, though, doesn't it? Looks like a good ES game. Like one of the levels that have the all the platforms and the MOA heads on them. Similar navigation here, and similar challenges with turrets and such. Nice. And I got an extra life at some point. Let's get serious here. Got it. It's nice when you know it's there and you can like prepare for it, you know what I mean? Which works better? I'd say probably the Hunter. Really the Snake's what you want there, though. It makes very quick work of all that. It's the one weapon I'm missing. God damn it. Hunter's probably just the way to go on a few of these bosses, actually, even though it's one of the weaker weapons. It makes dodging their attacks much easier, which is probably way more important, especially if I can just focus on dodging. So I don't have to be in their line of sight, and I can have my eyes on the stuff that does come out. Shit, getting less and less options every time. I'm gonna be stuck with harder and harder stuff. Gonna have to do it the hard way. Got no lives left. God damn it. Takes tape way too many hits, doesn't he? Wrong fucking button, fucked up my speed, fucked up everything. Just completely missed when I put my hand on the controller there. Completely fucked it up. Ooh, now we're getting spicy. Not just regular levels of shitty, but like extra shitty. Well, that sucks. In a lot of ways, I feel like this is the easiest boss. It's alright. Fix all that. I'm pretty sure there's another shield in this level. Oh shit. Got it. Barely. I'm trying to make it work. What else can we do in this world? Nope, not making it work at all. Just making it suck. Oh, I chased down my own death. God, that's so stupid. By using the normal shot, I've actually gotten a clearer idea of what I need to destroy and how. Now it doesn't matter where I shoot it. Nice and hard. Alright. Yeah, at least I got Snake. Neat. Lost roll. God, that's a lot of shots. That is a lot of shots. Ah, shit. Not quite as good. I really struggled with this level this time, whereas last time I kind of blasted through it. Must have just been a matter of having the roll and the hunter coming in, which seems to make a big difference, right? Probably be on about another half hour or so. Guessing probably time for about another 2 attempts, maybe a little more than a half hour. Maybe only 1 attempt if it runs long, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to say these high scores, because if I come back to this game, I'll be playing it on normal. Which is totally doable. I mean, I'll only make it through like 2 or 3 levels probably when I'm doing that, but it'll still be cool. Should be a good challenge. On easy, it's more of, well, you gotta learn what to do. And like, that, it's pretty possible for a skilled player to get 1C on easy, I would say, but if you're new to shooters or something, don't beat yourself up over this game. It's pretty fucking rough otherwise. Normal's very, very challenging. dodged that. I saw it. I knew what I was doing. I was moving out of the way. What the fuck happened? My speed didn't get turned down. I don't understand why I was so slow all of a sudden. That almost caught me off guard completely. That's alright though. Better rock and roll on it. Yeah, it's the easiest boss by far. Shield hit nonetheless. It's so hard to avoid there, it really is. Oh, it really is. He got me twice, my shield's almost blown out. What a bastard. I've only got one hit left on it. I do believe there should be a shield here, but I don't know if I'm going to find it. Yeah, there we go. We hit. Hang on. Whatever. So staying under it with a hunter should work pretty well. I mean, not ideal, but you know, it's, the snake is what you really want. That's okay. Those are the right moves. Those are the right and correct moves. Awesome. Ah, I got totally screwed by that. There we go. I guess that's to be continued when I get to him. I've got 8 lives. I want to crush ass this time. So yeah, this was such a hot thing during the time to make every shooter have this like speed selection thing you can toggle in real time during the game. Personally, I don't like that. I feel like games should have just a fixed speed that's correct for its gameplay or whatever. And you should be able to get used to it and handle all of its challenges all kind of around that. Alternatively though, if you do want to have the nuance of being able to move multiple speeds, if you're a modern game developer, indie game developer somehow listening to this or something, don't do a speed button, do analog control. Analog controls in shooters is actually very cool. You can truly move in any direction, you can moving fast or slow in a natural way that you automatically do without having to think about it a whole bunch. And I don't mean just mapping digital controls for the analog stick. I mean doing actual analog control. But short of that, though, just give it regular digital control and make the game run all at one speed. That's probably your best bet. Which part's red? I guess that's what I need to identify first, huh? Oh, okay. I think I see. This is all about the snake, but I just lost it, so... Still though, this isn't too bad of an option. Shit balls. What the fuck, man? He's eating through my lives, that's for damn sure. This is bullshit. There we go. Oh, this level looks cool as shit. Look at this. This is gonna melt the fucking Sega Genesis. It's too badass. Too much badassery. I have lost my shield though, unfortunately. There's another one, if I can... Nope. Probably still worth it though, because a shield's like having 3 lives. Oh, did I... Oh, that's Snake. God damn it. I can never tell the difference between those two things either. Snake's pretty useful though. I'm assuming I have to hit that exposed part on its back, right? Surely this works. This boss is awesome. Mm-hmm. God damn it. Ah! Oh, I think I'm gonna go out on that one because that was awesome. And we'll call it good there. This is a great game actually. This is one of the best shooters for sure. Of its time and of its console. I don't like it better than Musha. Musha's so rad. And the Troubleshooters games are really good too, so. Or whatever you want to call them. The Battlemania Troubleshooters games. There's 2 of those. And of course I love Truckstone, and I love Fire Shark, and I love all the Total Plan stuff. And Sega. Yeah, the Genesis has a ton of great shooters. This is the most visually impressive one, surpassing even Musha, which is very cool looking and very cool sounding as well. Man, this game though, this one is beautiful. Which is the thing about Thunder Force 5. So I think that might be one of the things I didn't like about Thunder Force 5. Is like I didn't want to fuck with the difficulty because I didn't think it was a pretty enough game to be like worth my time back in the day. Like it just looked so visually drab compared to this one. This game's very vibrant and colorful and has very distinct levels and stuff. And I don't think that's the case in Thunder Force 5. I think it's much uglier with its 2.5D graphics and stuff. I know it looks better on the Saturn, but the Saturn one runs worse than the PlayStation one, so I'm going to do the PlayStation game instead. I think it plays better. But, I mean, you know, either way, I think it's a step down from 4 probably. We'll see. We'll see. Because I'm revisiting this stuff to see where I stand on it. 3 I didn't like as well as I used to. I think it's still a good game. 2 I love for some reason. I guess the nostalgia really holds it up for me or something. I mean, it's a little messy, but it's awesome. But you know, like 5, I remember not being as into. And 6, I've never played and didn't come out in the US. So that's going to be exciting to check out as well. And that'll be soon. You know, maybe it may be just on the weekends when I get around to these, but I'll stream when I can. And it's always a good time. Hope you guys like shooters. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.